Thank you for joining us, everyone. The membership committee has put on a great presentation for us, just highlighting the different areas of membership and how you can maximize your membership with the Chamber. I would like to thank Cider Hill Farm for hosting us this morning.
For having us and for making this space available for us. I am a neurofeedback practitioner. I have a business called Dynamic Balance, and I also founded and run a nonprofit called The Benefit of Balance to provide neurofeedback to first responders, veterans, teachers, and children in the Amesbury community. And I have been a member of the Amesbury Chamber for 10 years, which means over the past decade, I have seen this organization grow to an incredible 324 members, and that is a wonderful thing to hear. That number was updated just this morning because it was different last night when I wrote my speech. So I want you to know that we are ever growing. We're bringing more and more businesses into town. If I may plug Gould Insurance, the conversation I had with them today is that they are getting more and more calls to create insurance programs for new businesses coming to town. So that's also saying quite a lot for our community and for this organization. So why does this organization grow the way it does? It's because we have a sense of community that supports our business members. We have an incredible level of camaraderie as far as how we members can collaborate, coming together for mixers and different events like this. And we have the incredible support of our executive director, Sheila, our amazing staff, Stephanie, and all of the volunteers that bring all of our ideas that the committees throughout the chamber create so that we can bring all of these things into fruition. So this is a membership-driven organization. When you invest your money into being part of our situation here, you are investing not only in all of the amenities that are provided for you, but you're also putting a little expectation on yourself to participate. It's very important for you to take advantage of all of the things that we have to offer so that you can see what we're talking about up here with all this excitement, because we have all found something that supports every industry in our community. So I would like to begin. We are the membership committee, okay, and we want to highlight the most important parts of your membership today. We want to make sure that we can remind you of the value of that membership. If you don't participate in what we have to offer, it can go by the wayside and you can end up forgetting exactly what it is that you have at your fingertips at all times. So we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to hear what we have presented today so that you can get a little nudge to say, okay, this is something that will benefit me, and I am so grateful to be part of this incredible organization. So what I'm going to introduce to you is sort of the office services that we have. The email marketing blasts. These marketing blasts are an amenity for pretty much every membership. The artisan membership is one that is a little bit lower on the tier. We don't offer a free email blast, but every other membership level does get a free email blast, with the visionary getting up to 6 a year. So outside of what you have within your membership, you can do an email blast at any time for a $20 donation. And that reaches over 3,000 people. And we know that some people open emails, some people don't, but you are extending beyond the borders of this community and getting your information out there. So if you have an event that you want to discuss, if you just want to recognize one of your employees, something that brings attention to your business, this is an easy thing to do for 20 bucks. It's beyond your free one, but that type of investment is not a heavy lift for reaching that many people. It's the cheapest advertising you're going to find. So, let's see. Okay, so our office resources. We have always prided ourselves in providing everybody with amenities within the office so that you can have access to things like printing, copying, scanning, faxing, which is becoming a little more archaic now, but that's okay, we still have it. We have the beautiful business card and brochure display, which if anybody walks into the office, it's right there on the wall. Whatever thing they need, they can find one of our members to cover that service. And we have the, as I mentioned before, the incredible support of our executive director and staff. If they are not there because they are running off to do some amazing other events, we have volunteers in the office at all times. And all of these volunteers that we have are strong members of our community who know a thing or two about what's going on in town. So we have intranet that you have at your access, and if you need to use the office for a meeting space, we have that as well. Thank you. Where's my next one? Where's Sean? Oh, am I done already? I thought I had one more slide, but I guess I'm done. This is mine. Thank you. Here is Brendan from RC Grades, and he will be talking about committees.
Hi everybody, my name is Brendan Rogers. I work for RC Briggs Insurance Agency right downtown, and I am going to talk about serving on a committee. I currently volunteer to serve on two committees. One is the golf tournament committee, which I've been on for, I think this was my third tournament doing the golf tournament. And we meet once every other week for what, 3-4 months leading up to the tournament, which is in June every year. Toward the end, it's every week, but it's an hour-ish. And we talk about everything from the logistics of the day to setup of the day to sponsorships, which are really important, to kind of recruiting teams to play, to raffle and auction prizes as well. And then the other committee I serve on is this wonderful membership committee. And we do things like this. We plan events like this, the monthly mixers. We talk about how businesses can maximize their membership, things like that, as well as recruiting and maintaining members to the Amesbury Chamber. When I was originally asked to join the golf committee membership, got the committee by Phil a few years ago, I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, it's going to take up a lot of my time and this and that. But by the end of that tournament, I was in, and I knew I was going to continue doing it, but because it was, I was connecting with people who had been down the street from me for a decade, and I never met them, so it was really important to connect with people. And then by the time I joined the membership committee, my network was growing even more. So just those relationships and connecting with people and building your network, I have found that serving on the committees has been huge for me for that. It's not really easy to quantify what it's done for my business, but I know that the connections I've made within the committee itself and extensions of the committee, introductions to people from the committee to others within the community has been really important. Now, those are only two of the committees. You can see there's many other committees that I know Sheila needs some people for. So if you have any questions on any of these committees, Sheila's the person you want to talk to. She can certainly tell you more about them. And I don't know what the difference between a committee and a working group is. I know you've told me, but it makes no sense to me. So she can certainly tell you that as well. So again, if you have any questions, you can see me, you can see Sheila. And I believe next up is Christine.
Good morning, everyone. So, my name is Christine Doucette from Newburyport Bay. I am also on the membership committee, the downtown business group, and just joined the board of directors. I've been in Amesbury. I live here, but I actually came to Amesbury, Newburyport Bank a year and a half ago, and I will say meeting Phil and the team here was one of the best things. So a question, I know it's early in the morning, but when you think of networking, what do you think of? Some people think, oh my God, I don't want to go to that event. Some people like, great opportunity, oh, I'm gonna see the same people. But coming to a town, you want that person to see your face all the time because that's how you build trust. That's how you build relationships. The hardest part about networking is when you're starting conversations, you're getting involved, and you're being the new kid on the block. I always look around to see who that new kid on the block is because you don't want someone standing there, and that's one of the best things about our committees. So no matter what networking style you have, we work very hard to fit your networking group. We have casual networking where you can run out of the office and you can just go up and say, hey, how you doing? And you meet somebody, grab a lunch, and it's a variety of times and locations that meet your afternoon break. We also have after hours. This is great for team building, getting to know someone on a different level. Networking doesn't always have to be business. It can mean friendship. It can mean knowing about someone, like, does someone like to hike? Does someone like to throw axes? I didn't want to get in front of these people throwing axes. We have joint ventures. People combined their networking styles together. We have celebrations. We have the end of the season pig roast. We have Jingle and Mingle. So not only are they sponsored by people, but they're just celebrations of the year, just like you get together with family and friends. We have multi-chamber mixers. This is great because I do belong to 4 different chambers. Love this chamber. But you expand your network. It's not always seeing the same people because we have the morning, the noon, the night, the weekend, the celebrations. Speed networking. So Michelle and I were very pumped on this one because networking, what do you say to people? How do you communicate with them? Well, we came up with speed networking where there was about 30 people, 15 on each side. We kind of wrote little prompts that you could go around, and they brought different conversations, and you learned. Even though Michelle and I know each other, we sat across from each other, we learned more about each other during that speed networking. Or Eric, even though Eric does mortgages and I'm in banking, I learned more about his profession. So it's not always like if you're meeting someone from the same industry. And then we have our business and breakfast, which is educational. We get out there, we tell you things about the Amesbury Chamber. We have economic drives, and together, again, we build a community and we build success. And that's what the Amesbury Chamber is here to do for you.
Nice. Good morning, everybody. I'm here to talk about, what am I here to talk about? Myself a little bit. Eric Kaling, Blue Water Mortgage, Amesbury High School graduate. Love the town, love Cider Hill. Come here several times a year. So just going along with what Michelle said, participation, sponsoring mixers, sponsoring things in the community, and also the ribbon cuttings. So I sponsored the noon mixer for 3 years in a row, which is a great opportunity to meet different people other than the after hours. You get a different crowd, people can just come in, grab a hot dog, say hi, and leave. This year I did a co-sponsorship with Dalton and Feingold, which is another opportunity to co-sponsor with somebody. There's only so many sponsor opportunities in a year, so if you maybe partner with somebody that's in your like profession, maybe do a duo thing like we did this year. So for the sponsoring the mixers is a spotlight opportunity. So when I first joined the chamber years ago, kind of youngish and naive. Just paying the dues and moving on, didn't get involved, didn't do anything. And it's kind of like just paying for a gym membership and you never go. So a lot of people just either keep paying and they don't know it, or they just quit. So getting involved is really, really important. So sponsoring the mixers puts, like I said, puts a spotlight on you. Networking. Did a raffle this year, which Christine Doucette won. I still owe you the gift card.
That's why I didn't say your name.
So ironically, we're eating potato chips and hot dogs, and the gift card was for Health Matters. So trying to balance it off a little bit. The Chamber does a really good job with social media, putting your pictures up there, so there's always pictures galore to memorialize the event. And then ribbon cuttings. So I had a ribbon cutting last year, September of 2022, and that's a very good announcement to the community that you're here. The mayor and other local public figures show up to say hi. I framed. Here's the little swag you get as you pass that around. So you get the couple certificates for recognition. You don't get the frame. I had to go to get those frames. So you have a little bit of a party in your office or wherever you want to have it, and just get to say hi to all the people in the community. You get to cut the ribbon with super oversized scissors. I believe that the scissors are right-handed, some left-handed, and they don't seem to work right away. And you get to keep the ribbon. So it's a good way, especially if you're new to, like if you're in a W-2 job or company and you're going to be an entrepreneur on your own and you're new to that, it's a good way to develop some public speaking and networking skills, which you don't really know when you're just working in an office setting. So all these events are just good to get out there and showcase your business and meet people in the community. And I will hand off this to Randy Herman to talk about the merchant.
Hi, Randy Herman. I'm with Keller Williams Realty. I'm a realtor. And I moved to Amesbury about 18 months ago, in part because of the merchant. So I've shown houses and sold houses in this area. But to really get to know the town, I had picked up a merchant. I read through it and I thought, this is the kind of town I want to be. It just seemed the right size. There was so much activity going on around here. It just gave me a great feel. A good feng shui, as they say. So I bought a house and I immediately joined the chamber. I asked Phil, what's the best way I can get into the community? You know, get myself known here. And he said, join a committee and advertise in the Merchant. So he told me the rates and I couldn't believe it. It was amazing what you can get for your money in terms of advertising in the Merchant. So I did a couple of ads, but in addition, you can do articles. So I made up a couple of articles. Well, one of the articles was even realtors buy houses, because that's what got me up here. I went to an open house, I saw this house with a 3-story barn, and I said, I want that house. So the house sold me, and I wrote about it. The nice thing is that everybody here, no matter what your business is, whether it's games, or real estate, or clothing, is an expert in their field. And you can, 4 times a year, talk to people about what you do, entertain them, or just talk about your business, inform them. It is, in my opinion, the leading way that you can get yourself known in the community and in front of the community at least 4 times a year. For between a penny and 4 cents, you can reach everybody in the community depending upon what kind of ads you do and articles you do. And they're having specials now. Basically 25% off if you buy a year's worth for articles or for advertisements, or a combination of both. It's on page 10 of your membership program. So I highly encourage you to do that. I've gotten such great feedback from people just based upon the articles that I did and the advertisements. So I know I see some of your ads all the time, and because I see it, other people see it. It is a tremendous asset and benefit of this organization, of the Chamber, to have and to be able to use and participate in the merchant. So I highly encourage you to explore that and to take advantage of it, because it's a great, great benefit. So thanks. Media expert.
Thank you, sir. I'm the guy behind the curtain. So before I go to my side, actually, you know, that Amesbury Merchant is now online too, which is really cool. So people can view it online. For those of us that don't get mail anymore or do anything in print, which is a few of us, I imagine, right? So I'm Joe Porter. I'm with 8 Waves Creative. Let me get a show of hands. Who has been in other chambers in the past? Me too. This is my favorite, and I'll go on to tell you why. I do want to give you a couple of tidbits. So we run the Chamber's website, and we support Sheila as we have for Phil and Cassandra before that. And one of the reasons we love doing it is because of the value it gives to us as a company. And a couple of tidbits for you. I want to make sure that online you check out your own directory online. So whether it's yourself, if you're the business owner, or somebody that works with you, can just manually go on the Chamber site, find your directory listing, make sure all the information is correct, but then also make sure you fill up your directory listing there with keywords, right? Whether it's clothing or bowling or insurance, whatever it is. This is of real value, and I'll tell you why. The Amesbury Chamber's website has a very high domain reputation. What that means is Google thinks they're very reputable. The website's been there forever, it's up and running, it's responsive, it looks great on all devices, so Google loves it, right? Because they love it, any links coming from that site to your site, Google also loves. So as you have more links around the internet and more listings online, they love your site. A lot of you might know what I'm talking about, and it's search engine optimization, or SEO. Really simply put, find places that have a great reputation with Google, like the Chamber site, and make sure you have links and keywords there. You know, for us, it also gives other listings. So as people search in and around your industry, not only will your website come up, but the Chamber's website and your listing on their website will come up. I hope that makes sense. What was this one? Oh, does anybody know there's a job board on the Chamber site? Who knew that? Besides you, Sheila. So we have hired 3 people over the last 3 years, like a person a year, directly from the Amesbury job board. We leave one up there almost constantly. We get a phone call once in a while. I get to meet people. Recently I met another business owner that does similar to what I do, and we're now kind of working with them as kind of a partner and kind of mentoring them in their industry. So the job board's great. And guess what? It's another link on the website to your website. So make sure you have the link proper, right? So that's the job board. The listings there expire every 90 days. So you can put one up and just leave it there, right? And then 90 days later, you can ask to have it restarted again. You can ask Sheila, or you can just reach out through the website. So events. If you have events in the community, and Sheila, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not only members. Anybody in the community can send events to you that they want up on that. Yes?
It's mostly member events. Sometimes there's city events. You know,
city events, that's what it is, right. So orgs, city stuff, great. So I don't know if you know this, Sheila, if you've done this purposely or accidentally, I don't know. But that event page is getting huge traffic. It is really becoming Amesbury's go-to source for events. So if you're having a ribbon cutting, if you're having an anniversary event, if you're having a special, whatever it is, go to the event board and post. If you have problems posting, hit Sheila up. Everybody's answers is always called you, by the way. But get your events up there. It is the #1 page visited on our website. Just very recently, over the last couple of weeks, 1,300 people are going there looking at all the events there. It's a great source for you. And again, a great backlink to your website. A little narcissism here, I put a picture of myself up. Social media. We are a team, and a very powerful team. I don't know if everybody quite grasps the power behind the numbers in the Chamber of Commerce. When I talked about other chambers earlier, it is because of this. This chamber is the best one I've ever been on. I'm not saying that just because you're here, but it truly is. I have never seen an executive director get so much done in so little time. I don't know how you keep up with everything. I really don't. Like, everybody's answers and everybody's questions come to you. But the economic development that you guys put together, and the goals are pure and real. And as a team, if we join on with the chamber and in social media, it makes every one of us singularly stronger and more present, right? So in social media, when you see something posted from the chamber, I encourage you to like it, share it, comment, say, hey Joe, nice new haircut, you know, whatever it is. As those comments roll in, those posts become more popular. Again, there's also something called social SEO, so they just become more popular. The chamber's more popular and benefits, so we benefit as individuals. So Instagram and Facebook are really your go-tos there. Who knows, maybe we'll get you on TikTok soon. And that is it for what I'm talking about, but I was asked to kind of wrap this up. And I will. Michelle, great job opening this, right? And I'm going to be just like you when I grow up. Michelle's so active in the chamber, but it's also because she sees benefit. And it's also, I think ultimately, it's just building relationships, right? At the end of the day, no one's going to remember what was in my bank account or what kind of car I drove, but it's really about building relationships. So we can build these relationships through the chamber, you know, through committees, through events, through social media. And as we continue to do that and reach out to more people, we just become stronger as a group and makes us better individually. I look forward to building a relationship with each and every one of you. And I'm Joe Poyer, and that's about it for me.
Membership packet in front of you. We recently did redesign that, so there is mostly everything that we talked about today. There are some additional things. Like everyone said, if you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. Also Stephanie, we're always here and happy to help. Thank you.